Hajime. We have Ritual Beast going first with the Elder Cannahawk play. This is one of the most powerful combos in the deck. These 2-card combo. All right, no Protos. And it could be just because they're not playing it, and that's fine. The deck is still good without Protos. So with the Ulti Gaia, we have the ability to negate not once, but twice. Double negate, and we have the Steeds, which will be able to destroy not 1, not 2, but up to 3 monsters. So we have triple disruption, plus we have Maxi and Drone Lockbird. I'll count the Drone Lockbird as a form of disruption, but it does conflict with the Maxi. Here's a big problem. If we negate the Ostinato, it's one of the most powerful effects. It's kind of like a branded fusion. It's not a hard once per turn in any way whatsoever. Even if it was, the activation being negated would then allow us to activate another one. The only issue with Ostinato is you have to control no monsters. So if you activate gets negated, we activate another one, mate. Let's go. Wait, what's going on here? Silent Magician 0? Ostinato, that's bait. Don't negate. Just like that, we do not negate. We allow it to go through, which was the correct play to do. As the Ostinato is going to be using the deck to help summon a Botcha. Now, Botcha is going to be summoning from the deck. We did not activate the Botcha. We held on to it. We're going to be using the Triple Tactics Thrust, and now we're going to use Future Silence. What the heck is this card? Add a monster that mentions Shining Sark from your deck to your hand. Okay. We're going to negate that also. Let's go. And thanks to Max C, we don't just have 2 negates in the Ulti Gaia, we drew into a 3rd. Any Ritual Beast card in our hand is a banish to negate and destroy. All right, let's go. So maybe we didn't want to further allow them to draw under Max C, that's why the Botcha didn't activate. We're just scooping. We scoop, we out of here. No thanks, mate, we out. Shining Sark plus Melodious. Ash Blossom, mistake. Mistake, you did not negate it in the first duel, but now you negate it, and I have another one. This is not like Branded Fusion where I can't activate another one. I activate another one. This is where the hard once per turn clause missing on the card is a big deal. So it got completely blown out here. Now, do you Ash the Botcha? No, because Botcha says it can't be negated, so don't do that. Now, Shining Sark is going to additionally be grabbing a Ties That Bind that summons 2 bodies from the deck. So let's make room for those 2 bodies. Let's make a Baguska. Okay, Baguska is here forcing everything into defense, which will be negating your own Itoli. Okay, our own field's negated besides the Masquerena. So what else do we have here? The Turn Silence is going to be able to, if you activated this card in response to an opponent's monster effect, while you control the Shining Sark and a monster that mentions it, you negate the opponent's monster. You don't destroy, you don't negate the activation. So you have a negate, we have Spin Back, we have Little Knight Double Banish, we have Baguska, which is floodgating, so about 5 disruptions, but the Baguska is turning a lot of them off. We also have the Silent Magician, which will be able to negate a spell. So we have 6 disruptions. Can we play through that? I don't think so. Let's see. They're getting negated, mandatory activations during the standby phase. We have the Petalfin going into defense here, banishing a card to return a card back, but we are negated. And then now that we have a banished card, we could Corridor, return that banished card back to then get summoned and be negated. We're going to send for a Colossus now. The Colossus is negated, but now that we have Colossus, what can we do? Little Knight. Little Knight is the main counter to Baguska, and we need an extra deck monster in order for the Little Knight to trigger. So just like that, as I said, Little Knight is here, on summon, get banishing. Now, we could chain Little Knight to the turn silence, and what happens? We are targeting the face-up monster. So if the Little Knight jumps off the field in response to the turn silence, it does not get negated, right? Let's see. Let's see, does it negate target face-up increase? Okay, you're targeting your own monster. Also, if you activate, ooh, this is very interesting. This is a good ruling. You target your own monster. You increase its level. Also, if you activate this in response to a monster effect, while you control a Shining Sark and a monster that mentions it, negate the effect. So what happens if the Little Knight jumps off the field? Because the Little Knight is not being targeted, your own monster is, but the Little Knight banishes itself plus the monster that you're targeting to increase its level. Well, it does not say increase its level, then negate. It says also. So you don't have to increase the level by 3 The Little Knight's negated no matter what. Little Knight cannot dodge the negate here. It happened. That's it. It's negated. Now, it could still use the second effect, but the first effect is negated no matter what. So we're going to be chain banishing to the Masquerena. Masquerena is going to be chaining to the Little Knight to now get Lincoln. Link off into... What is this? We got rid of our own Baguska. So now the Little Knight does not banish off the field. It is negated. And we now have an Apollo USA plus the Atoli and a spell negate. We're going to spin back the Protos. Back to the hand you go to battle. Turn Silence does something in the battle phase. What the heck is it? Damage calculation. As you can see here, substep 3, this is now going to end the battle phase. This could be great against Tenpai if they don't have a way like the Transcendent Dragon to stop you from activating the turn silence. Battle phase negated. Scoop it up, mate. 1-in-1. Let's go. What is good here as we're going to start off with Ritual Beast in the bottom now as the Ritual Beast Tamer Laura additional summons the regular Laura to Reborn from the graveyard. Now getting hit by a Max C, which... As I said earlier, Ritual Beast does not play well against a Max C. So what do we do now? We're at least making an Ulti Hawk to search our deck for the Steeds. So you get one draw, I get one disruption. I do think that's fair trade, possibly, but maybe not if you already have other forms of disruption. The double impermanences is a reason why you maybe did not want to even give them a 1-for-1, one negate for one more draw. But let's see if it works. We had the Reframe on summon, going to search the deck for a couplet, which you would think would trigger, but it would not even trigger. We're going to imperm negate. So we do have to focus on the fact that if we don't activate any monster effect, that thrust is not going to get thrust in. We got Shining Sark, but we already used up our normal summon, so we're going to search for a Future Silence instead. We're going to add a Shining Sark monster. The Gandora G is here. Gandora G, come forth and summon. Now, why is this a crazy card? This does have the ability. It states, pay half your life points, destroy every other card on the field. So we have to negate this or pop it. We're going to use the Steeds. Wipe out the destruction. We didn't even have to use our other impermanence. Love tap the Canahawk because why not? Set a Call by the Grave and pass. We have dead card, dead card, dead card, dead card. This is the issue with mixing decks is usually you have to address the issue of how many normal summons does my deck want to perform? Which cards conflict with the normal summon? The Gadget Trio wants to be normal summoned, and so does the Refrain. So it did eat up that normal summon play. From the graveyard, we're going to banish to come forth and summon the No-Chi. So here's an issue. We had to know that in an open game state, the No-Chi without activating would banish from the graveyard to then trigger the Tamer Laura. So had we fingered the Laura in the draw phase, we would have stopped the No-Chi, we would have stopped the summon of the Apelio, and we would have really clapped them up. Yeah, the Tamer Laura would not only be banished, but also negated from summoning. That's insane that a big mistake not fingering early in the draw phase, as we can now wombo combo like crazy, grabbing a window. We haven't committed to our normal summon yet, but boost it with the Apelio, take out the Reframe. This is not enough for lethal damage though, so this is fine. But is it fine? What can we do in main phase 2? As we MP2 it up into a Little Knight, which will not activate on summon since we didn't use an extra deck monster, we simply have the disruption of Little Knight plus impermanence and a maxi to draw per special. Let's see what's good. We got to be careful with the Tamer Laura and Graveyard. It has a secret effect. She states that if a Ritual Beast card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you could banish her instead. And then she's going to summon a Ritual Beast from the deck. So again, we have to preemptively finger her before we attempt to destroy something. We're going to Future Silence, search our deck for the Gandora G to attempt to wipe out the field again. Gandora G, come forth and summon, and all under Max C. So who's going to take our finger? The C or the Laura? The Max C eats up our finger, negate. Now, the Little Knight can't stop the Gandora G, but the Impermanence will. It is going to be the perfect counter to stop it. And now that you activated Max C, we can now get thrusting. We're going to be thrusting a card to our hand. Are you ready? Gandora G, half our life points, destroy every other card on the field. Imperm, negate. Let's follow up with that thrust. Get thrusting. Did we commit? We did not commit to the normal summon yet, as we now thrust any spell card we want from our deck to our hand, grabbing the Triple Tactics talent, which can non-target take control of a monster. Yet that's exactly what we're doing. Little Knight's going to be banishing itself, plus the Gandora G. We're going to use Turn Silence to say, nay, you are negated. You will not be able to banish yourself, nor my monster. It stays on the field. Even though it's negated by the impermanence, we still want it. As we take control of the No-Chi, normal summon the Gadget Trio, search our deck for the ties that bind. Times that Bind will lock you out of the extra deck, so we want to make an extra deck summon right here, right now, making a Lina, which could steal a light monster from the opponent's graveyard, activate to steal that Tamer Laura that we were possibly going to finger earlier within this turn, now making a Celine Navidad. With at least 3 spells from either player's field and graveyards, we can now reborn a spellcaster from our grave or from the hand to then go straight into an Access Code Talker. Access Code Talker being a Link 4, we made it with just 2 bodies. 2 bodies, Link 4, from Lina into Celine into Access Code Talker. Sky Strikers know this best. We're going to non-target take out that Little Knight. Corridor, return back the banished card to then summon, and then turn it into a Colossus. With this field, we have 9,200 damage, and after using the extra deck, we're now going to turn off the extra deck, summoning 2 monsters from the deck, protected from destruction through the effect of the Tamer Lord, to then summon a Petalfin from the deck, take out that Petalfin, and we cannot further attack in the Cannahawk nor use the extra deck. But what are our forms of disruption here? We still have the Silent Magician 0, which can negate a spell, but there's no spell to even negate. And we also have Colossus, which will turn off the Nemesis flag from being able to search, which will also turn off the Cannahawk from being able to search. But big problem, we're at 200 life points. Can we just end this duel? But boosted, okay, you're gonna get boosted also. If we could deal 200 over the Gadget Trio, we have 1,400 over 13, we have 100 damage, that's not enough. Banish in the graveyard, come forth and summon. Nochi is here. Cannahawk jump off the field to reborn back onto the field. Apelio and Tamer Laura. Apelio banished in the graveyard. Turn Silence will end the battle. Whoa, I don't know about that, mate. Let's see. We have Ulti Kimu. Ulti Kimu further but boosting. Swing in. What are you talking about? Turn Silence ending the battle phase, mate. Where is it? I didn't see it activate. Let's read Turn Silence. Is it only when a Shining Sark monster battles? Where was the Turn Silence? I can't find it. There it is. There it is. Ready? During the damage calculation, only if a monster that battles mentions Shining Sark by summoning the Colossus in attack position. That's how we lost. It had to be in defense, which would then force them to attack into an Access Code Talker. We don't want to do that, which we would then attack into a Shining Sark monster, which would then end the battle phase. I did not see that coming. An attack position Colossus losing us the game. That is crazy. Let's go. We have Foolish Barrel Goods, send from the deck the trap that allows us to search for any field spell we want. And we did not Ash Blossom negate a field spell search. That is insanity. What did we accomplish? Does this do something? This states that you could tribute this card whenever you want to then shuffle the entire field back into the deck. What? Okay, so full field shuffle, that's one disruption. We have the turtle, which is going to be able to negate, then negate, banish again after Masquerinaing. Masquerina is going to turn into, let's say, a Little Knight, which is a banish. So that's 6 disruptions so far. And we have an Ash Blossom, which is 7. And we have a Crystal Miracle, which is Spell Trap or Monster Effect, negate, and destroy. So we have 7 disruptions. Let's go. Ash is offline. Okay, she got fingered. We have 6 disruption. Thank you. You did finger yourself. Foolish Burial. Oh, we forgot. No, it's BM. We BM'ing. BM'd. Yep. Negate. Yep, we fingered ourselves. There you go. Send from the deck as we then activate nothing. I mean, we know we're screwed. We know. Like 6 disruptions to play through. We don't even have that many cards in our hand. I think that was their game 3, actually. Yeah, I'm very sorry. There is no game 2, game 1, because it fell off of the duel room.